The Springboard Hangout, as you know, is a mixture of fun, and yet we learn so much here. And I always can't wait for Thursday evening because I know something funky is going down. And today is a new one because we are bringing an art studio and a barbering shop. So you see my hair today is all, I'm going to cut my hair live on air. Why? Because today I'm thinking about art, and the art I'm thinking about is not the art that we usually know about where we draw on just paper or on some canvas. This is art on the body as well as art on different types of textures, including styrofoam. Today I've been privileged to be joined by two young ladies. I mean, I really admire them so much. And we're talking about all that it takes to break the norm. I have Lois and Priscilla in the studios with me today, and we'll go down, delve deep into why and where and how they are making it in their craft. It is my privilege to have the one and only Springboard Hangout today live. My name is Comfort Okran. What lessons can we draw from there, and how do we break it happen today? I don't know where you are, but I think you would like to call a friend to join us. You would also like to call a family member to be with us because today is going to be extremely exciting. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after the short break.
By grace, everything you do, it be for my case. The plans of the enemy, you delete backspace. I'm the head and not the tail, yeah, that be my base. See the blessings arranged like a lattice. I go take my time, I go feed practice. Menace the business say what be formula, the tactics. No be exponential, that be quadratic. Yeah. All these blessings are sent. Goodness and mercies are following me. God is my victory, there's no stopping me. Cup overflowing, I'm spilling some tea. All these blessings are seen. Goodness and mercies are following me. God is my victory, there's no stopping me. Cup overflowing, I'm spilling some tea.
I love you, Papa God. Elohim, you're my God. Papa God. I love you, Papa God. Elohim, you're my God. Papa God.
Get me York's rent-a-car. I need a car in 15 minutes. Hi, I'm Jake Morris, and I travel globally. But when I'm in Ghana, York's Rent-A-Car is my reliable choice for safety and comfort on the road. York's Rent-A-Car provides comprehensive logistics services to mainly blue-chip companies as well as individual clients.
At the time, we needed a car rental service, and York's fitted in very well per our standards.
Their services is top-notch. Drivers are on time.
It was beautiful to see them. behind the wheels. And anytime they pick up a guest, the guests were very, very happy.
Already? Excellent. Yorks Rent a Car provides services and expertise that include meet and greet services at the airport, car rental, driver personal outsourcing, and vehicle detailing. What's the problem? It's you. I told you. Yorks Rent a Car delivers world-class service to its customers, having their highest safety and comfort in mind. So watch you. Two of us are open for him. Yorks Rent a Car runs 24/7 operations where customers can make car reservations and inquiries of our services online and also call our hotline.
Welcome back. Can you imagine how my hair is looking? But the thing is, Priscilla has promised that before she leaves the studio, I'll be looking so hot that you will say, yeah, going to throw a party for us. So today we are hanging out, and we are hanging out with Priscilla Esinam Quarshie, who is a barber. Priscilla, tell us a bit about yourself.
Okay, my name is Priscilla Esinam Quarshie, but normally they call me female barber.
What?
Female barber.
Female barber. No. You forgot the celebrity. You forgot the celebrity. Yeah. Go on. Yeah. Priscilla, what led you into becoming a barber?
Actually, my kid sister had to go for a party the following day. So the hair was looking so rough. We had to go get it done. And then this barber, there's only one barber in the whole area. And then this barber spoils the hair.
Oh.
Just imagine if the party will go on.
So she didn't go?
So I had to take her to the barbering salon and ask her why he did that. Because normally when you go, he will be drunk. Oh. So you won't get what you want, you get what he wants.
Oh. What the drink was saying at that particular time. Yeah.
So when I went, it was some kind of misunderstanding. I was like, what's this? This time I can't do it. I didn't mean to say that, but it just came out like that. And the person was like, okay, then don't bring your sister here again. You and your sister and your household should come here. So I can't go and tell my mother this one. They'll beat me. See, they'll beat the hell out of me. See. So this was what happened. We take the money from mommy. We go sit somewhere, buy blade, then we do it. When it's spoiled, we say, oh, Redo is drunk. Oh.
Poor guy.
So that was it. Then we'll do it again. Sometimes you get it correct. Then we'll be like, oh, today there is no drunk. Today there. Oh. But the day we will spoil it. And then mommy asks, what is this? Oh, Redo is drunk.
Redo has done his thing again. Right, so once you are doing this, can you come and start cutting my hair for me? Sure. And let's listen to Redo. But then we have in the studio as well Lois.
Yes.
Lois Arde-Acquah is, by the way, the interesting thing is when I was younger, I used to cut my father's hair. Seriously. And I used to cut him. He had a back bush.
Okay.
So Saturday evening, because he has to go to church on Sunday. So Saturday afternoon, then we'll spend the time and cut the hair. I'm very certain that I did some really bad hair.
I'm very sure you did.
But he always came back. So it'd be like, that's how I succeeded.
He had no choice.
He had no choice.
He had no choice.
So Lois, what do you call art?
Art's not a very good question. Art is anything. Art could be everything, depending on how you look at it. You know, and over the time, art has evolved. You know, so basically, I'll say art is anything or can be everything, depending on how you look at it.
Art can be anything or anything, depending on how you look at it.
Yeah.
So, Lois, one of the things that I always see is that me, as I sit down, I can't draw anybody to save my life. If you ask me to draw anything, my human beings become like, what do we call it? They become like sticks, and I literally, they are sticks.
But you don't have to draw to be an artist.
Okay, so then what do you mean by art?
Art is very broad. It's very broad, and it doesn't have to necessarily be what we all know, like, okay, it's a painting, it has to be on the wall, or it's a sculpture, or, you know, there's so many layers to art. As photography, there's performance, there's installation, there's drawings. So there's a variety of it, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what role does art perform in life?
What role does it work?
Yeah, you know, because sometimes, I mean, I know sometimes I'm sad, and yet when I see something that is beautiful, for instance, I mean, I see, you know, some balustrades.
Yeah.
You look at that balustrade and you're like, wow. Do you get me?
Yeah.
But so, what role does art sometimes perform in life?
Well, it depends. The kind of art I produce, for me personally, I say it's therapeutic for me.
It's therapeutic for you.
Yeah, for me.
It's therapeutic for most people.
That's the thing, for me, I can't speak for everybody.
No. Then the person who art is not therapeutic for the person is not normal. You have to go and investigate the person.
So art can be functional, it can be therapeutic, and it can play other roles. Yeah.
I mean, I know that if you take music as an art form, you know that sometimes you're feeling very sad and you play some music and all of a sudden I mean, even though the sadness hasn't left, you still, you kind of feel at peace, at rest. Do you get me? Yeah. Okay. So what led you into art?
For me, I think growing up, I had my mom used to, when she was coming from work every time, she would bring me colored A4 sheets and printed different images on it, and then come with crayon or color pencils, and then I would carefully color in between the shapes. And for me, I love to do it. I enjoy doing it, and I think from there, they realized that I loved art, and then they guided me into choosing visual arts as a course in my senior high school, St. Mary's. And then from there, I furthered it even more into pursuing it at my undergrad level.
Oh, wow.
So I did fine arts.
You did fine art?
Yes, my major in painting.
Okay.
And that was when I made a commitment to, take it even further and, do my master's in arts, fine arts, painting.
Are you telling me that you've got your master's in fine art?
Yes, please. Yes, I have.
Lois, you are deceiving us.
Why does everybody think I'm so young, though?
No, you are young! No. Am I lying? Is she lying? You've got your master's in art.
Yes, please. I did that between 2016 to 2018.
She didn't even do it last year.
Oh, no.
She did it 20s. Hello.
Yeah. It's been a long journey.
So what have you been doing with your art since then?
Since my master?
Yes.
Also, I show in a number of exhibitions. I actually have quite a number of exhibitions coming up. And usually I have the opportunity to show outside and let people see what I'm doing. Yeah, so usually creating more ideas, exploring different things, new ideas, and then showing it in different spaces, different galleries, museums, usually in the international market. Yeah.
I heard that you recently won, 2020, you won the Ukrainian Art. Tell me about it. What happened?
Yeah, so I applied for it. We had an interview.
What is it? Because some of our viewers may not know what the Ukrainian Art is about.
So for the Ukrainian Arts Prize, it's usually for, it's usually done every 2 years, where initially it was just focused on Ghanaian artists, and then I think they opened it up a bit more to, West Africa, where different kinds of artists with different kinds of mediums apply, and then compete, go through a panel, they have conversations about what their works are about. And it's usually to encourage artists to, do more, to give them hope, to invest in them. So basically an award, what should I say, an award? An award that's given to artists to motivate them, yes.
If you look on your screen right now, you see some of Lois's art pieces being displayed on the TV. And you know the interesting thing, I was there when Kunyanya sent me an invitation that they're going to judge this, they're going to do an award, an art award, so I should come. And I was like, I know I like art, but I don't know, it was a weekday evening. I don't really know if I would enjoy because I was feeling tired.
Okay.
But I said, it doesn't matter, let me go. And then you were awarded. I was like, whoa.
Oh, that evening, that was
that evening, I was there.
Okay. Oh.
I was there.
Yeah, I was so excited. I was jumping. I was excited. I was like,
and folks, this is an international one. I've forgotten how many people came. Sent in their entries. But you can imagine, she won. At least you were about 25 or more, weren't you?
Yeah.
The initial artists that came in, and then afterwards you exhibited your works.
Yeah.
And her work was amazing.
Thank you for the compliment. Thank you so much.
So today I have somebody doing my hair, and she's going to draw something for me as well. Or you're not yet ready?
Oh, I mean.
So can you tell us about what you're going to do presently?
Okay, I have to give you an understanding or prime your mind with what I'm going to do before I start. So, my practice or my works usually explore the concept of repetition.
The concept of a what?
Repetition.
Repetition. Okay.
So I usually ask questions like, okay, what does it mean for something to be repeated? Or at what point can a thing be repeated? Or what necessitates for repetition to occur? And at the same time, my works explores the experience of seemingly repetitive activities. So with that, I am very much interested in being involved, body, soul, and mind, in a particular process, very intense and monotonous process, over and over again for a long period of time. That exploration came out of my experience as a national service personnel during my national service at the National Theatre. For the very first time in my life, I realized that it was just strange to be in a particular process, 8 to 5, routine, doing a particular thing over and over again. And I thought it was new to me, So I found a way to draw from that experience and translate that in the work that I produce. And I usually find it's intriguing to see fufu pounders or kente weavers or hair braiders, because I think that their process is very, intense and monotonous. So I draw that, and I draw some energy from them too. I think that their process is interesting. But sometimes my work takes the form of painting. Sometimes it could take the form of like something that seems sculptural or performance installation. For me, I would have to take you through how it actually started. Okay. So let's say when I was growing up. Okay, let's say the initial stage of my work. Okay. How it really started was that, let me see, let me try and give it the simplest form. Okay, so it really started when I was growing up.
So the art piece that is showing right now, I think there's a human being somewhere in there.
Yeah, that's me.
Please go back, please go back. Two slides before, please. Yes, that one. Stay here, don't move. Those of you watching, I hope you can see her in the art piece where you can see some dark shape in the middle, and you can see her concept about repetitiveness, where she's shown the same image over and over, and the same shape has been repeated over and over again, and says black on white. Yeah. Why that monochrome, or why that concept black on white?
Okay, for me, aesthetic appearance is really not the primary focus. I think there are more important things than that.
Tell me more.
For me, I think colorful pigments seem to take away or distract the focus of my work. And so with my choice of colors, I'm compelling my audience to look beyond the aesthetic appearance and dig into what has been represented. So that's why.
You see, so whilst I've been talking to you, one of the things I've picked from you is the fact that sometimes things may be repetitive, but there's a reason for it. And if you are able to discipline yourself, you are able to draw more out of it.
Okay. Yeah.
With your use of lack of color, whereby you are asked to focus and look to see what you can draw out of a particular situation. So you are there, and sometimes you think that life is boring. Look within that boring life and see what is there that you can draw out of it. And then importantly, it's not everything that is gorgeous, everything that is, has all the fullness, as we say, fullness of life in it. That is interesting. You never know. Focus on what is in front of you. You might find something interesting jumping out at you. So let's go on, Lois. So you're talking about the inspiration for your work.
Yeah, so the initial stage of my work was birthed out of anger. Yes, feelings of frustration and discomfort.
Feelings of frustration and discomfort. Yeah.
I like that surprise on your face. Okay, so delving a bit deeper. Growing up, I struggled with anger, how to manage it, and I grew up in the same home with my parents and my two brothers, Andrew and Timothy. And from my personal observation, I noticed that it was almost acceptable, for them to freely, express, themselves when it comes to anger. But for me, I thought that the experience was quite different. Especially.
Tell that to you.
I'm sure he's watching. He's like, And so, it was quite different. And, especially in this part of the world that we live in, as a woman, you are taught to be, mute, to tone it down, to be a lady when these emotions are being played out. And so if I can recall one particular episode of anger, I had a pencil, and I held it tightly in my fist, and I had a sketch pad that was right next to me, and then I jabbed at it repeatedly. So, just to vent how I felt. So I was like, like that, and I did all of that repeatedly over and over again till I felt a certain release. Yeah, release. And so after that, after about 2 or 3 weeks, I chanced upon the same sketch pad, and then the dots, were right there, and out of boredom, I began to connect them. Just like that. So it was like so many dots, and then so I began to connect them like that. And then shaded in between the connections, created. So then it ended up coming out like that. It's something like this, okay. Based on the dots that I had created, something like that, okay. So with time, then I kept exploring that, doing it over and over again, creating spontaneous dots on my surface, and then connecting them, creating the patterns, and then that process seems to repeat. But so let's say, so that was how it actually started. Then I started thinking of how to reimagine the patterns that I create, emerge out of the flat surface. So I started to think of how. Okay, I've created these patterns now, so how do I, reimagine or think of how to, reinvent?
How do they come to life?
Yeah, I was thinking of that. How can I, create a 3D effect? And so I started to cut out the patterns from the flat surface, and then it came out as something that seemed sculptural. And so I started exploring that even more, and that's where we are now. But I have other works that I'm also currently working on that involve an even more intense and monotonous process. I actually enjoy these kind of processes. There's something about it, They said it were easy, everybody would do it. So I'm usually drawn to processes that are very intense and monotonous because of my experience doing my national service at the National Theatre.
Wow.
Yes, please.
Wow. So you had National Theatre, nothing much was going on. I guess nothing much was going on. Let's not confess that National Theatre people are my friends, but...
Please.
and you thought that it was an opportunity to work or to create something out of that. And with that, we have a whole art you born.
Yeah, so it was the experience. For me, it was the very first time I was involved in an 8 to 5 routine.
Yeah.
And so I was just like, oh my goodness, am I
day,
the only one? Am I the only one dealing with this? This is so different. It's so boring. Getting now, going to sit in traffic, go to work, come back, do almost the same thing over and over again. So I just drew from that experience. And
So don't you see you should be giving your parents some medals for having done that for all their lives, just to make sure that they are keeping but we'll not talk about that.
No, we wouldn't.
So how are we going? How's my hair going?
Oh, really nice.
It's looking nice.
It's coming out well. It's coming out
Sister
well.
girl, are you sure? Oh no, I've relaxed. I mean, that's why we are chatting, because we are in the barbering salon today, and we are hanging out with Lois with us here. So tell me something, Priscilla. I know when you started exploring with your sister, with your only what do you call it, clients. What's your sister's name? Anita. With Anita. That time you were still young. You were still in secondary school, right?
Oh, no. By then,
okay.
I was in junior high school.
At that time you were in junior high school. Okay. Where?
Kaneshi Bishop.
Kaneshi Bishop. Okay. After Kaneshi Bishop, so you can see some of her artworks on people who have come to her shop. You were in Kaneshi Bishop. And so when did you start cutting hair for money? Of course, you had been utilizing mommy's money for some time. We'll not talk about that one.
Okay.
But when did you start cutting hair on a semi-commercial basis?
That was when I had to buy a certain book.
I don't want to go into that.
How you love.
It's true.
It's true.
I have to buy this book, and then there was no money. So I was like, Charlie, your mother will tell you to make Barbie. then they will like, oh, me corridor. I'll be like, first can buy. Then normally, by then there was this dye thing hasn't started yet.
Okay.
So when I barb you and then this place is not smooth, I'll make sure I pour all the dye here.
Very naughty.
In the mirror, it's looking so nice.
Good.
But they know Redo will definitely spoil the hair.
So if you come and you spoil up, is somebody say?
And I'll make sure I buy you snacks.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so that like you won't go and tell your mother, oh, yes, I'm dead.
Nice one.
Okay, go on. So
this tutu city couldn't gather
a lot.
lots. Like I had to buy the book because I'm going to write an exam. So I was like, okay, I'm going to visit a friend. Let's go and play basketball. When I was going my way, I saw this nice container and they written professional Baba wanted.
Oh.
I took this number.
And you think what I'm thinking?
I think you are thinking the same thing.
I'm like, nah.
Come on, the spirit was too high.
So what happened?
I took this number. By then, my boss was called Nana. So I was like, Nana, hello, Bra Nana. I was like, oh, don't call me Bra Nana, call me Nana. I was like, okay, Nana, we should meet on Monday. So I came on Monday. I was like, I said, I'm a professional baba. But at least my sister didn't cry. My sister didn't cry, so I'm a professional baba.
That's all.
Because I needed the money. It was something I needed urgent. You get it?
Wow.
So then I was like, are you sure you can do this? I was like, Nana, you're talking too much. Employ me. Like, I can't see, all those kind of hair. I can't
girl.
I didn't say I bought Sakwa there, but I said I can't buy. You see, but by then too,
Tell me.
you see this clipper vibrates a lot. I can't hold it. Like when I hold it, I shake. Even if you hold it, Scar, that's how you feel.
Yeah.
So I'll start with the blade and then the comb. If I see that Nana is there, I'll be using the machine seriously so that Nana will not sack me. Then when Nana leave, no blade in kwa. I'll not touch the machine again, no, until I see Nana again.
Lord have mercy.
Confession time. It's time to confess, eh?
Nana, if you are watching me, I'm sorry,
Did anybody run away from Nana's place?
Nana's place, where the shop is, they are all smokers. Okay. So when they come like this and then their eyes are like this and then we're like, hey, Taiwan fool! And then they will be giving me tips.
And then so you could buy the book you needed.
Yes.
And you could take care of your other needs as well.
You get it.
Oh, sister girl.
And then I was with one man. So when the man is doing, I'll be watching with one eye. I'll be doing like I know, because if I do like I know, no, I'm going to tear my pay down. So I'll be doing like I know, then I'll be watching the way the man. But it got to a time that this one there, what the man is doing, I cannot do. I was like, I know what he said. So that I cannot do. I have to confess that I cannot do. So that they teach me. And the man was like, we didn't say, it's okay. And that's it. From then, when I got to I said, I've stopped.
You mean after you were able to buy your book, after you learned how to do the barbering?
School and then work was weighing me down.
Okay.
I couldn't do that too.
Yeah. Okay.
So I quit.
You quit?
Went to school.
Wow.
Thank God this is not an excuse. And this is many, many years after. So hopefully my hair will survive.
It will.
It will. You believe so? Okay.
So far, so
good. Okay. I guess this is why we can even cut the hair in the studio today, because the clipper will not make too much noise when we are doing our hair. Right. So, Lois, it seems as if we... It's time for our break. I mean, and Nana, God bless you. Okay, we are going for another break, and on this another break, we'll have a quick game changer. When we return, we'll continue the story with Nana and Co. Don't go anywhere.
Question: does this look familiar? As children, we're taught to learn by copying, by fitting the mold. But the pressure to conform never really goes away. Picture a typical office. You're seeing people in suits, right? So what happens when somebody breaks this corporate mold? Today, our game changer is embracing differences. In the 1980s, Nav Bhatia migrated to Canada armed with an engineering degree and a suitcase full of dreams. But he had a problem. People wouldn't hire him because of his Sikh turban. Yet instead of complaining, Nav took a job as a car salesman. He was overqualified, but determined to prove that hard work trumps hate. And boy, did he prove it. In his first 90 days, Nav sold 127 cars, an all-time record. He went on to own 2 car dealerships, becoming a millionaire in the process. This allowed Nav to pursue his other passion, basketball. Since the Toronto Raptors were founded in 1995, Nav hasn't missed a single home game. His consistency led Raptors GM Isaiah Thomas to nickname him Superfan. And over the years, Nav has sponsored tickets for thousands of underprivileged youth to bring people together. So this year, when the NBA Hall of Fame finally announced a Superfan gallery, there was only one choice for the first inductee, Nav Bhatia, the original Superfan. The best part? The same turban that was rejected hundreds of times is now immortalized in the Hall of Fame. I leave you with the words of Superfan himself. Embrace what makes you different. It is your superpower. This has been the Game Changer with Jojo Okran. Have a phenomenal week.
Hi and welcome back. You know, I'm looking at our comments from the online, and yes, and then Janelle Jason is saying, make it no lie. I know you are from Facebook. And then Clay Kelly Rejoice says that I think art adds beauty to life. Everything beautiful is an art. And Vivi, I think you're talking about my hairstyle, and you're saying that it's gorgeous. Oh, thank you. Is it the art? Is it my hair or the art piece? Okay, it is mine. It is my hair. I have to believe that it's my hair. I have to believe that it is my hair. It is simply gorgeous. So, and then Rosemont Sasu says, ala, female. Baba. Celebrity. But the thing you can cut even, whose hair did you say you could cut? Sarkodie's hair. I mean, it is true. Ah, sister girl, you were so right. I believe. Total hype. Indeed. Okay, we have to stop laughing because you're cutting my hair.
This is not an S shop. It's not an S shop, don't worry.
So, Lois, when you start doing an art piece, how long does your typical art piece take you?
It depends. So something like this.
Mm-hmm.
Took me about 2 months.
2 months. Why 2 months?
2 months. It's very intense, you know. For this was my very first work.
Okay.
This was my very first art piece that I created, and that had to do with the dots. This was when I actually had to create the dots first, and then connect them, and then create the patterns before I shade them. But
before you do what?
Shade.
Okay.
Because
okay.
This is all done by hand with markers, black markers.
Black markers?
Yes, black markers.
Wow.
Yes. So this took me about 2 months to complete. And I mean, now the patterns are a bit bigger, you know, in terms of like the size. And then when it comes to the process, initially I would do the dots and then connect them. But now because of the number of times I've done it, it's become
faster.
Yeah, I do it effortlessly.
Effortlessly.
Yeah, so it's just like, okay, you don't have to think of it, you just...
Wow.
Yeah. So I can easily, let me demonstrate that right now.
Please demonstrate it for us. Bring the table and let's demonstrate it.
I can just show you quickly. So, you know, initially I start with the dots. Okay, let's do this. Initially with the dots like that. And then I'll have to like take my time and then connect them, you know. It was very slow, but with time, I can easily, you know, very effortlessly. I don't have to think about it. It's like signing a signature. You don't have to think about it, you know. You just non-stop. Ta-da! And then I shade in between the patterns.
Look, you've got me with my mouth open. I mean, you can't do that on set.
So yeah, I'm not going to shade the whole thing though, so see.
So when you do this, what does it, so right now, I think you're past the being bored stage.
Oh yeah.
Right now, you get pleasure or joy out of creating from it. So it's now become part of you. Do you see yourself moving from this level of creativity to another level? And where do you see yourself in about 3 or 4 years' time?
Good question. Okay, so moving from this particular pattern...
Or moving from this particular type of artwork or creative space.
Okay. I want to do this forever and ever.
You want to do this forever and ever?
Yeah, I'm passionate about art.
Okay.
I'm passionate about it. I haven't come this far to, you know, jump off the plane. And, okay.
Okay, go on.
Yeah, and for me, in the next, 2 or 3 or 4 years, I would love to develop myself enough to give back to society. You know, maybe open a gallery, you know, go back and teach and show, give hope to younger artists who want to pursue it as a career. Yeah. But I mean, my patterns have evolved over time.
Okay.
Like I was saying that, so apart from this, I mentioned that I was thinking of reimagining the patterns coming out of this flat surface. And so I started to cut out the patterns, you know, to give it a certain 3D or sculptural effect.
Look, yeah.
I think I have that here.
You have it here?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I do,
We'll look
Yeah,
for it
so-
and let's look the work for her
Yeah,
to show. Yeah.
So yeah, now I think the very recent work I'm working on now is it's like an embroidery of the patterns. So that you actually draw the patterns, and instead of shading it with the marker, you actually fill the whole space with thread, and it's even more intense than any work I've actually produced my whole life. It's actually very interesting. So yeah. Yeah.
I am looking beautiful.
Very.
Am I?
Very.
Oh, yeah.
What do you say?
Celebrity Baba. Sele.
The celebrity starts not now.
So where do you see yourself in about 3 or 4 years' time?
I mean, I want to go far with this. Like, I want to train girls to have my handwork. Okay, just girls, no boy.
But and guy trained you.
Nobody trained me. Oh, it's the sense and the mind and then the spirit. That spirit that says celebrity Baba. So you see, no one trained me. Oh. You have to be smart
You have to be smart.
to get the money. You get it.
So are you a celebrity Baba because of the money, or you are a celebrity Baba because you enjoy seeing people transformed under your hand?
I've tried several works, like painting, like carpenter work. I've tried a lot of work, and I don't feel joy when I'm doing that, except Baba. So that is what I want to do for the rest of my life.
Nice.
She's found what she wants, she's settled, and she's enjoying it. And I guess that is what having something that you are passionate about. And that's what makes these two young people in my studio today very special. They are in a unique line of work that people do not easily gravitate towards. But they are enjoying it.
Of course.
Yeah.
You have to.
Yeah.
But are you able to make enough to live off your artwork?
Currently I'll say no, but it's possible.
It's possible.
It's possible. But currently I'll say you have to find other things, other streams of income, so that you can support what you do. Yeah, that's really important.
Okay.
It's really important. But personally, I've been able to benefit, very well from the works that I produce. I've also been able to show my works in a number of countries, and that has given me, a great deal of exposure. Sorry.
What countries have you gone to?
To show, went to Austria, went to Senegal. Very recent, that was just last year. Went to Senegal to show, and a number of countries, a few more countries. And then this November, I have an upcoming exhibition in Dubai, to show at one of the very big galleries. So it's still counting.
You're still counting and enjoying it.
And enjoying it. I love what I do, so.
So you have a program in Dubai when?
And the date is not yet fixed.
Okay.
It's still in the process. We're still having conversations about it.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Your hair's
Lois,
coming out nicely.
My what?
Your hair's coming out very nicely.
I know. I mean, and guys, this was done right under your own eyes. It's not like it was done in hiding. Darling Diamond says, I keep up the good work. And I presume it's good to keep up the good work for both Lois and Priscilla, because Priscilla, you day from. Priscilla day from I love the way I'm looking from what we've done so far today. So are you when we, you know, I'm so happy that today I get the opportunity to to hang out with two young people who really enjoy what they are doing.
Yeah.
So if you get the opportunity to show, because I usually find out that if people have enjoyed what they do, they like others to come close. She has already said she's going to teach only females. Only females. And what type? Are there types of barbering, by the way?
Yeah. It's just how you picture it.
This is how you picture it. Okay. So if you teach them, will you help them set up for themselves, or how?
That is when I'm being blessed enough. I feel like when I teach you, I just open a shop for you. You handle it your own way. I don't care how you handle it, but it's yours.
Okay.
So that's what I'm planning on doing.
That's what you plan to do. Lois, doesn't that sound exciting?
Very. And she's going to open it. Then I'll come and learn, and then you open a shop for me.
But you said you want to do this. Oh, no, be so
For the rest of
She
your
said
life.
she give me a free shop.
Free shop, so you go command the bar and go.
She give me a free shop. So I'm like, okay, let me come and learn and then open a free shop. Then she said she doesn't care how I handle it. So
but it's when you put this thing down, that's what you want to do actually. That's what you will do. You get it? So if I open a shop for you, you also train girls how to do it.
Okay.
So that this, should I say prostitution?
Okay. Yeah, go on.
It will go down.
It will go down because they see
They
options.
think the money comes from the guys. You get it? They have to depend on the guys for their money. I mean, your money will not reach me. See, when you give me money and I barb and you tip me, I feel like this one is more heavier, even if it's a CD.
Yeah.
I feel like it's more heavier than your billions that you are giving me. So you just hold your billions. Let me enjoy my CDs.
That's the pride
You get
that
it.
comes from
Working.
for yourself. Working and getting rewarded for your work.
Yes.
And that's the pride that everyone should have in his or her workspace, because you enjoy what you do. You've seen how you have taken the gifts that God has given you and created or turned it into something. I came to the studio with my hair all, funny, and then, she turned it around. And so right now, when I'm going for my next board meeting, I know that I'm going to look really good, cool.
Sure.
And I'll walk in there with all the. Next time I'll come and then you do some flower or something inside for me.
I have the time to do this. I really have the time to do that. Because actually, I did visual arts in school.
You did visual arts in school,
So
okay?
I'm good in drawing.
Okay, so that's
When it comes to your
why.
hair,
you have
all
time.
kind of drawings.
So why didn't you draw in my
You
hair?
said you were going for a meeting.
You see? It was something wrong. See, I
She's
was
going for a
pretty
meeting.
comfort, crying, I'll bet. See,
That's right. Springboard.
all right, then. You'll be like, oh, Mirina sa.
Girl. So here we are, just hanging out, enjoying ourselves, looking at beauty and how we can play out that beauty in us. Because I believe that your artwork comes from a place of beauty within you. Am I right? Okay. So we've looked at what you hope to do in about 3 years or some 5 years time. And I definitely know that.
You seem like going to love. Let's see how. You're like, nah, let's see how.
Yeah, I think I need something. Yeah. So you've done it in you've been able to work at it for some time. You now have your own. You own your own studio. One of the things that you said is that you would see how you can give back to society. Yeah. I have a friend who has a gallery near Oyarifa.
Okay.
And every now and then he does charity events where some of his artworks go for about $1 million.
Oof.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he does charity events where he gives his art out to be sold, and because of the high prices, that whatever money that the organization gets it for, they take the money. He doesn't take anything from it. That's how he gives back to society. Okay. How would you give back to society?
For me, I would love to give back by, let's say, establishing maybe an art school.
An art school.
Yeah, maybe an art school, or maybe a gallery where I can allow artists to also freely come and show their works. It also saves them a lot of money.
Yeah.
I know how that can be a bit frustrating. So I would love to do something like that to, to also give them a certain space to express themselves in various ways.
Okay. Yeah. So your one quick takeaway before we leave us for today. Believe it or not, our time is up.
Everyone is a star.
Everyone is a star.
Everyone. Well, everyone is a star. Just don't hide it. You have to come out so that you can shine.
Everyone is a star. You have to come out so you can shine. And Lois, what does your final takeaway for us?
Okay,
today?
for me, I'll say be consistent. No matter how slow it is, just keep going. Don't stay at one place. No matter how slow it may get, just keep moving forward. Even if it's baby steps, don't stay at the same place. Just keep going. That's all I'll say.
Keep going. Keep going. That repetition that makes you put one foot ahead of the other. Mm-hmm. Just keep
going. Be consistent. Yes.
Be consistent.
Yes, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, the jury is there, and you are the jury. I know that you will say that our one and only celebrity design barber. I've added design to your name. Celebrity design barber Priscilla is one who gave me a very good haircut, and we were blessed also to have Lois, who's changed our studio outlook with this beautiful art that she did in 2 months. I don't know what you are doing at home. I don't know if you think it's boring, or you think that it's too repetitive, or that you really don't understand where you are even moving in life. Our 2 artists tell us that life is an art. And if you are able to just keep at it a little of the time, even if you were not good in the initial stages, and you spoil somebody's hair, but you don't give up, in the end, you will become a celebrity barber. Or you will become an arts designer whose work will be sought all over the world. I would encourage you, don't go anywhere. Next week, I would like to see you. But this Sunday at 5 p.m., we will see a repeat of the same show on ETV. And then at 7 p.m., we'll join Albert and Catherine Krobwe-Dusay, who is a Greek. She has her own a Greek farm, and would in the engine room, where we see Catherine in her farm and also doing her agric work. I'd also encourage you to watch the same repeat of that program on Monday evening, because it promises to be great. Until we come your way again next week, who knows what we'll be doing next week when we come back into the studio. It promises to be exciting. And thank you so much for being with us. You are blessed. Don't forget, you are a star. Keep shining. God bless you. Have a phenomenal week. This week, have a hope-filled week. bless you. Bye.